Hopefully that's good. There. Alright, so this is like a new thing that I wanted to start doing. Is to like do a follow-up discussion stream on whatever I did the 3D reviews on. So we're gonna be talking about Black Widow. I guess we'll give people some time to show up. And I figured I'd give you guys an update on how I'm doing. Uh, I guess I'm doing better. I have no idea, dudes. I have no idea what's going on with me. I feel like I'm a little bit better than yesterday, just in general, but I have no idea what happened. I don't know if I like had a bug or what. It was so bizarre, but I kind of feel a bit better, and I'm gonna hope that continues on into tomorrow. As you can see here, let me Control Shift B. As you can see here, no 3D showings for Black Widow. No, it's all standard. However, there is DFX, and I have no idea what that is. DFX bow tie. What is DFX? Oh my gosh, what is... Please. Large extreme screen, 2,000 square feet, 30,000 watts of digital surround sound, luxury rocking chairs, 4K true digital projection with 3D capability. Cool. So is this like their large premium screen then? Every theater has their own premium screen. Hold up, let me... They have their own premium screen now. Because IMAX did it. And now they have like all this different stuff. So they have like DFX, AMC is like Dolby Digital. They also have IMAX. And it's just like I get it because IMAX takes a cut of that of the profits and that maybe they want two large format screens. I have no idea. Morning's out. But you can't even, at least here where I'm at, you can't see Black Widow in 3D. And that is what it is. Like I said, I saw it that Thursday night in 3D. And the weird thing was is that not all the theaters were showing it in 3D. It was the one I was working at, and then there was a few others, but not the big theaters. The Tyson's Corner 16 is like the big one, right? Big one around here. The So that didn't have it, which kind of surprised me, but the smaller theaters did. And you'd think they would, considering they had more screens to work with, so it's not like they'd been losing money on it. And quite a few people did come see Black Widow in 3D. I'll say that. Quite a few people, at least opening weekend, came to see it in 3D. But it didn't. I don't think it's done too well. People are just kind of eh. I mean, I see it has an 81% of Rotten Tomatoes, but people just been kind of eh, all right. And I agree. It wasn't bad. It was just all right. I saw it. Uh, it does, especially after knowing what happens to her in Endgame, sacrificing herself for the Soul Stone. It just kind of feels like why. It feels like this should have been before Endgame. You know how like they had Captain Marvel? They on they should have put this one instead of Captain Marvel. Honestly, it would have. Oh no, but the after credit scene would have given away that she died, so they couldn't do that. The end credit scene feels like what this entire movie was built to be around. It basically there's gonna be a Hawkeye show on Disney Plus, and it feels like they're setting up her sister or Natasha Romanoff's sister, as the antagonist for that show. A lot of it just kind of doesn't make sense when you think about it, though. I don't know how much the public in the MCU, like within the universe of the MCU, knows about what happened. Like, what they did with the Infinity Stones and so on and so forth. Does Natasha's sister just not know that she sacrificed herself for the stone? Like, she did it on her own volition. Surely Hawkeye, and Hawkeye did tell people, surely she would have known that. Maybe she just didn't hear. And clearly she's being manipulated by this Val person. But she's like, you want to go after the guy who's responsible for your sister's death. And it's just, so it just feels like it's setting up for that. I mean, I'm sure the show will be good. I'm sure Hawkeye will be good. I like Hawkeye. He's low-key one of my favorite Avengers. But people just kind of like, Hawkeye, who cares? I'm like, you know what? I care. I think Jeremy Renner's a good actor. I like him. And I like Hawkeye. It's just nice. Now, obviously Black Widow was supposed to come out before the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. And Val, of course, shows up in that show. She is recruiting. Uh, this is kind of spoilers for that show. The show's been out for a few weeks, so I mean, she's recruiting this guy that took up the mantle of Captain America. The guy took some super soldier serum because there's still some of that floating. It's this whole thing. But the point is that this guy, who's just a random soldier guy, military guy, ended up becoming the new Captain America, and he completely blew it. And then he took some super soldier serum, so now he's really strong. He kind of redeems himself at the end. It's a nice little arc, even if it felt a little bit rushed. Oh my god, 158 mil at the box office for opening week. That's not good. That's like one of the lowest opening weekends for Marvel movie. Also, there's probably a lot of Disney Plus sales as well, and I don't know if that's probably not factored into that. I lost my train of thought. So people speculated because of what happened in Falcon and the Winter Soldier that it was actually. I haven't seen Spider-Man Far From Home, so I can't tell you. Like, apparently Nick Fury is like out in space in that one, and he wasn't actually in that movie at all. It was like some shapeshifter alien. One of the Kree? Was it the Kree that are the ones that I don't think it's the Kree that shapeshift. It's one of the alien species. They were in Captain Marvel. People speculated that Val was working for Nick Fury, but I highly doubt that Nick Fury would have someone attack Hawkeye like that. So who knows who she's working for? And people are speculating now that she's trying to put together the Dark Avengers, but she's clearly working for someone. Val is. I know I'm not even talking about the 3D. I'm just kind of talking about the movie in general. The 3D it was good. It was very consistent. A lot of depth, a lot of volume. They've gotten really good. You can tell there was a high depth budget for this movie. There's a lot of fun action sequences, although they do use a lot of shaky cam, which kind of diminishes the 3D effect. The end scene where everyone's falling through the sky, that was really cool in 3D. And I didn't put this in the review, but they do a lot of stuff with guns. Every time there is a gun in this movie, the end of the gun is pointed out of the screen at you. It's like a drinking game. If you get this movie on 3D Blu-ray, if it ever comes out on 3D Blu-ray, have your friends over, do a drinking game. Every time they point a gun muzzle out of the screen, take a swig. And you'll be like completely smashed by the end of this. They did a lot of fun stuff with that. There is I think it's like a sniper rifle, right when they go meet that Black Widow's mom has, and that comes out of the screen pretty far into your face. And of course I pointed the sword, the blade at the end of the movie that goes swing up into the camera. So they do have moments that work really well. This movie just kind of felt lackluster in general. But like that makes it sound like it's bad, and I don't think it's bad. I think Natasha Romanoff's a really good character, and I really liked her sister. Her sister was like the breakout star. I can't even remember her name. Let me go look that up. Where's David Harbour was really entertaining. Yelena Bella, Florence Pugh. Everyone's been creaming over her. She was really good. She was a lot of fun. I'm glad that she's gonna be continuing. Hopefully she sees the reason that Hawkeye isn't a bad guy. Ray Winstone. O.T. Fagbenel. I don't know how to pronounce that name. I'm probably gonna get canceled for saying it like that. Also, alright, so this is gonna be I didn't find the stereo. I didn't say who the stereo supervisor was, so I'm gonna go do that now. Let's see, stereo. Cassandra Barlow. I think that's who I remembered, the name I remembered seeing in the theater. 3D Stereoscope Production Coordinator. Tagu Chilean Production Coordinator. Adam Dodd. So there's quite a few stereo people. There's a lot of stereo people. It's like, do you lead stereoscopic compositor Victor Emmanuel Fernandez? It's like they used to have like the stereographer or like stereo supervisor, and now they have like a million different stereo supervisors. So it's kind of hard to like, who was the person that was like the creative? All right, here we go. Simon D. Kern, stereoscopic supervisor, Legend D. Stereo D also. It was like, who was the head stereo supervisor? Who was the guy that made the depth script and like sat down with the director and was like, all right, we can do this, this, and this. Let me ask you guys this. All right, so it's been out for like 2 weeks. When did it come out? This is 2021. What date did it come out? Who is Natasha Romanoff in love with? Nobody, apparently. It just says 2021. That's maddeningly unhelpful. Loki's really good. Loki would be really cool in 3D, but they didn't do that. I really like Loki though. And this isn't about Loki. That's a different thing. We're talking about Black Widow. Hey, so this has been out for a bit, and this isn't like... I'm gonna put a light spoiler warning right here, because I don't know if it's been long enough since the movie came out. So the two antagonists are Dreykov and Taskmaster, which is his daughter. Taskmaster is his daughter, and I know a lot of people really like Taskmaster, but unfortunately Taskmaster didn't really do much. Now, before she became an Avenger, Natasha was like a super mercenary, of course. And she ended up blowing up a 5-story building to kill Dreykov. And the casualty of that, or so she thought, was his daughter. So this little girl and this old man got blown up in a building, a 5-story building that exploded. There was explosives everywhere. And they both survive. They not only survive a 5-story building collapsing and exploding on them, but they come out basically unharmed. Especially Dreykov. Dude's like fine. Dude doesn't look like he has any scarring or any sort of long-term effects from that whatsoever. His daughter, of course, she has a bit of facial scarring, like here. But outside of that, everyone's like fine. I'm like, dude, you can stretch things, but you can't tell me that an old guy and a little girl survived a 5-story building exploding. Come on, really? For real? Like I can accept Purple Spaceman with golden magic glove taking out half the universe, but it's just some people surviving something, an explosion like that and a building collapsing. Come on, why? That really? Also, Black Widow takes a tumble. She falls, she hits her back on like several metal things and she falls down from like a 4 or 5 story roof onto the ground. And she's like fine. She just like gets up. She like limps a little bit, but it's like you're you should have no back. Your spine should be in two. How are you just gonna walk away from that with like no issues? I know this is like superhero logic, but like this movie really, really, really stretched. They basically to the point they snapped it, they broke it. The logic in which you can do, you can like pull with these characters. How can she survive that? Let me see if I can like, let's go look at this trailer here. Let me see if I can find some of this stuff. Hey, Uni, how's it going? I probably pronounced your thing wrong. How you doing, dude? Just don't think about it. Check this out. Alright, so half this trailer is like the other movies. This July. You know what this guy kind of looks like? He looks like... I can't even tell you who he looks like, but he looks like somebody. I can't put my finger on it. Everyone falls out of the sky and it's just like fine. With all this debris raining around them. And it's like, look, look, this he got blown up. And he's fine. Look at all this. Look at this. Look at this shit. They blow this car up, right? It flips and it spins around. Lands and it goes down a subway thing. And they're just fine. This car exploded and flipped over like 100 times and they walk out just completely fine. They're falling through the sky. They don't get hit by any of this. All this stuff. It's just, look at this. That's how far she fell. Do you see how high up they are? Let me see. Look how high up they are. Black Widow falls. She hits some like metal stuff on the way down. And she's like fine. She like hits that. How? Really? Like, what? Like, come on. They even kind of make a joke about it earlier in the movie, like, oh, I'm sure the God of Thunder doesn't need to take ibuprofen after a fight. Like, bruh, you're gonna need a back brace after falling like that. Look, see her? She falls. Is there like a new trailer that I can take a look at? Dude, I remember when like Film Theory did like a theory on who Taskmaster was, and he was like, "Oh yeah, it's gonna be Hawkeye." Let's see, this is the teaser trailer. Alright, so this is the trailer from a year ago. Also, there's like a guy that keeps like buying her all this stuff. I have no idea who that character is, or like what his story is, or what the deal is. He just shows up and he's like, yeah, I got you this trailer. Yeah, I got you this airplane. Yeah, I got you this jet. I'm like, who is this guy that's buying her all this stuff? Look at that. Look, you see this? Right here. Look at... Look at that! And she survived. She's like, fine. Taskmaster was such a joke in this movie, dude. I feel bad for Taskmaster fan. Like, I know nothing about Taskmaster. I know a little bit from what I played in the Spider-Man PS4 game. but like, holy shit, they did like nothing with this character. They could have had any random person in place of Taskmaster, and it wouldn't have changed anything. Hopefully, with Loki, they'll be able, since they split the timeline, they'll be able to get like a better Taskmaster that people want to see. You know what the ending reminds me of when all the debris is falling around them and they like land? You remember at the end of the Simpsons movie when he's like when all the glass explodes and falls everywhere and and Chief Wiggum's like, "It's a miracle, nobody got hurt." And then like Dr. Nick is like, "Oh no, goodbye everybody." It's like that. I really thought they were gonna reincorporate the Captain America stuff with this fight between him, because Taskmaster has that shield, which I assume is made of vibranium. And it's like, alright, he's been talking all this shit about how he fought Captain America, which obviously we know he didn't. Like, this is his opportunity to prove himself that he could actually do it. Even though this isn't a super soldier, this is just someone that's really, really, really good at fighting, that can copy everyone's moves. Basically like shadow versions of everyone. It's like Shadow Link. Yeah, nobody gets hit by any bullets, even though it destroys the glass. Blows up the underside of the thing, which they already did, by the way. They already did that in Captain America the Winter Soldier. Look at this. All those people, all those widows should have, like, fucking killed her in 2 seconds. I'm like, really shitting on this movie right now. It's just, they really stretched how far that you could, like, believe this stuff was gonna go. A little bit too much. It almost, it makes me shocked after seeing all the shit that she went through in this movie, all the stuff she survived, that she died falling down that cliff in Endgame. I really don't, I don't believe that anymore. It's like, are you sure she didn't just get back? Oh, they just repurposed this teaser trailer for the new trailer. Are you sure she didn't just get back up after that? 'Cause like she like fell. She fell the same distance basically. Nearly the same distance. I can't find it now. Right here. Basically, she like hits this thing. Hits like another metal thing. This is like the same distance she fell in Endgame. And she just stands up and is like fine. I guess if that planet with the soul stone had like metal stuff on it and that she hit on the way down, then she would be safe. That scene where he was trying to put his suit on, it reminded me of the Incredibles teaser. Good grief. Just good grief to this whole thing. Anyway, I'm supposed to be talking about the 3D presentation. I completely got off topic talking about it, just how unrealistic it is. 3D is just whatever. It's not one that I would immediately run out and be like, holy shit, you got it. It's just like, it's just a really solid, really deep 3D presentation, but it's just, I'm just kind of like, I'm good. I'm good on this one. It's not like the Doctor Strange where it was like a consistent, like, alright, I understand why this is such a good 3D thing. This one is just kind of like, whatever. But with that being said, I've been streaming for a bit. What does chat think about Black Widow? What did you guys see it? What did you think about it? What did you think about all the spoilers? Did you see it in 3D? If you saw it in 3D, what did you think about the 3D? DFX. There's also XD. Speaking of like the different formats, there's also XD format. Then there's 3D XD. Then there's D-Box. Standard 3D, IMAX, IMAX 3D, which we're probably never going to see again in commercial theaters, which is kind of sad. For reasons that include love for, like, so she was in love with Hawkeye, but then they just didn't do that. Oh my god, okay, I don't need to know all of these questions. Death of Black Widow. Much has happened. The big thing is Natasha has died. I was overshadowed by Tony Stark. Yeah, Natasha passed away. No one even cared. Everyone's like, oh, Tony Stark. Oh, so sad. And it's like, Natasha gave her life to stop Thanos too, you know? Tony Stark isn't the only guy that sacrificed everything. Oh, I have complete access to this server. How do I just like delete? Someone made me the captain of one of these guild servers on Warcraft and on Discord, and I don't want to be in it anymore. No one's even talked in it forever, so I'm just gonna go ahead and delete it. Privacy settings. I'm just gonna let them know, hey guys, I'm gonna be deleting the server. There we go. Anyway, I think I'm gonna end stream there. I've been kind of feeling like poop. Like I said, I feel a bit better today. Hopefully tomorrow I feel even more betterer. I have work later, so I'm looking forward to that. I am actually looking forward to go to work. It'll be nice to go out and talk to some people again. But yeah, we're gonna let the music play us out. And I appreciate you guys showing up. And with that being said, you all have a good day.